Hello, my name is Daniel Nelson-Rembellas, and we will be talking about the Orange Revolution today. Thank you. Please enjoy. Well, to start off, what is it you are saying? Quote, the age-old struggle between the power elite and the subordinated population. End of quotes. What this is saying is that the Orange Revolution was a series of political protests and events surrounding the Ukrainian presidential election that spanned from 2004 on to 2005. Why is it important? The topic of choice being the Orange Revolution is important because it was a presidential election in Ukraine that had experienced corruption, fraud, voter intimidation, and the involvement of Ukrainian security forces without breaking into a violent outcome, and instead resulted in a mostly non-violent display of political protest. I will now talk about the dynamics of the Orange Revolution. To start off, corruption. Before the presidential election that took place between 2004 and 2005, the citizens of Ukraine wanted the then president of Ukraine, Leonid Kuchma, out of office for misuse of funds and government power. Next social dynamic, a desire for a change in politics. When it became obvious that it was not the reality, that the administration of Leonid Kuchma was not working for the benefit of the people, the citizens of Ukraine would pay attention to the next candidates for electoral office. Next dynamic, economic inequality. A ruling elite class that had a good amount of control for the opportunities for a career or job in establishing yourself. Thank you. I will now be talking about the social conditions of the Orange Revolution. Class inequality. The masses of working class citizens trying to live and work in the country of Ukraine were the individuals who suffered a decrease in job availability. Next, electoral fraud. The election between candidates Yanukovych and Yushchenko were marked by electoral fraud from Yanukovych in stuffing ballot boxes, and later the social condition of intimidation of voters by Leonid Kuchma, who supported Yanukovych, by utilizing the security forces of Ukraine. I now will be talking about the processes that led to the nonviolent outcome of the Orange Revolution. Open-minded protest, where protesters from the Yushchenko camp would be open-minded in being able to discuss with Yanukovych voters in a civil conversation. Next, security forces nonviolent. Despite the security forces being utilized by both corrupt and not corrupt politicians, they did not incite violence, nor did the voters, because they wanted to be nonviolent and emphasize that point. Next, community aspect protest ethic. The protesters against the electoral fraud of the Leonid Kuchma regime and Yanukovych created these tent cities to stand in and protest without going back to their usual routines. Final analysis of the Orange Revolution. Opportunity hoarding. Viktor Yanukovych and President of the time Leonid Kuchma exploited the networks offered within their government offices to acquire a more powerful position of political authority, presidential office of Ukraine. Result? Committing electoral fraud that was later exposed and required several runoff votes that secured the win for candidate Yushchenko. Next, civil disobedience. The Orange Revolution protesters, while respecting society in another sense, being nonviolent in protest, also refusing to obey a corrupt government administration that is exploiting its government office and its resources. Result? Several runoff votes to make sure the election was fair and concise. This decision met with outrage from the Yanukovych supporters, but met with appreciation from the Yushchenko supporters. The result? The winning of candidate Yushchenko despite electoral fraud by political entrepreneurs from the Kuchma regime. Thank you.